Hubba hubba zing zing, baby, you got
I
everything.
get my boobs up in there for you, Ron.
I know that, but that's you could stand up a little.
You can.
I mean, show them because we have a lot of people that come in to see boobs.
There you
There they
go.
Very nice, lovely. Oh my
And we're
God!
dressed for you guys. I got dressed today in a
Your-
nice dress because I was going to go on the show.
Yay.
Your boobs are better and softer than that guy on television who sells pillows.
Oh, my pillow.
My pillow. Your boobs
MyPillow.com.
are softer looking than my pillow. Can I rest my head on them one day when I'm weary and old?
Oh my gosh, everybody in the chat room's going nuts. So hold on, we got to do an official introduction.
See what boobs do now. If I whipped out my
we got to do an introduction.
Wait 1 minute. If I whipped out my wang, would it be the same? No. Women would go, ooh, put it away. See? So
That's just the way it goes. What are you going to do?
boobs are nice, wangs are not.
All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented and gorgeous Julie Anne Prescott. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's going to be fun. So before we get started,
I want to work with you.
Even though they already know him, let me introduce you to my cool, outrageous man about town, Ron Russell.
Again with that bullshit. Listen, I want to work with you one day.
I want
you're in a film that she's in.
I'm in the film with her?
Well, not with her, but you're in a film that she's in it and you're in it.
Oh, you and I are in the same film, but not in the scene.
Yeah,
Right.
we're
What
together.
film is that?
Wait. First, we got to send us all hellos. All right. So now we have a chat room full of people. We've got Germany. We have the UK, Canada, United States. Just say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
And make sure you say hi to, make a special hi to Tim O'Donnell because he loves you.
Tim O'Donnell, thank you so much for coming and joining us today. And I hope that, if you have any questions, I don't know how we go about doing this, but if you're in the chat,
You know what? You know what?
Him.
Send him a tongue kiss. There you go. Tim, you just got a tongue kiss now.
That was like a scary one. That was like a Nightmare on Elm Street 3 one.
forget it.
That's okay.
He just ran to the bathroom for that.
So
one.
hang on, hold on. So first of all, I want everybody to know. So are you from Florida originally?
Yes, I'm from St. Petersburg.
Julianne and I are both from Florida, and when I met her in LA at the Clown Motel premiere, I was looking at her, and we actually knew each other when we were in Florida because we used to go to Spooky Empire, and we were both on Burn Notice, The Glades, and Rock of Ages.
Yes, we were.
So it's very cool, and so she moved. So why did you where do you actually live?
I'm in Las Vegas, and we ended up out here just so that we could be close enough to our friends in LA and be able to go. It's very cheap and it's very fast to get back and forth, but LA is always constantly moving, and the prices go up and down and fluctuate. So we just needed a little bit of space. We consider this to be an offshoot of LA, and it's just a quick 4-hour, jaunt to get to us. So
I love it.
We have a lot of people that live in Las Vegas who are friends of ours that used to live in LA. For me, Vegas doesn't work. I think it's too many bulbs.
I could see that. It's very hot. It's even hotter here as well, those triple digits. But we do go down. We're sitting at 100 as a high, but that's going to go away soon. But you're talking.
Yeah.
We're not actually in LA though. We live in Palm Springs in the desert, so it's freaking hot.
What we are very similar to what we've got going on.
Yeah, we live in the other oven, but it's really
how's Bill?
He's good. He actually went shopping. I gave him my list. And so I'm in his office right now, which is why you see all these fabulous Star Wars things going on. Because downstairs we have dogs and they're kind of irritated today. So I asked if I could take over his habitat. And he said he loves you guys. He said that he loves you guys very much. And so he was more than happy to provide the space.
Yay. So
back to him.
No, Bill's a great guy, and did you meet him at Spooky Empire?
I met him at the first Days of the Dead in Indiana, believe it or not, the very first.
Oh, okay.
So, but we didn't get together for another year because I was very intimidated by him, and I figured, he's a very strong, silent type. So
he's the coolest guy ever. He is the coolest guy ever. He's very, very cool. I think that's so cool. I didn't know that you guys were married. When I saw you at Clown Motel, and somebody introduced you with his last name, and I was like, I know a Bill. Is that, and then they were like, yeah, that's the husband and everything. And I was like, oh my God, how fucking cool is that? It's it's like 6 degrees of separation.
I find the world is very, very small, especially when you're involved with something that you love. It's a very passionate community. So many people do know each other. But yeah, I keep Prescott just because to keep the credits in line. I found it was very hard to merge things.
It is very hard.
Sometimes I do projects that maybe he's like, what the heck is she doing over there? So kind of keep it on.
Tell me. What film are we in?
We're in
Compatible.
Uncompatible.
Crime Motel 2 Incompatible.
Oh, we're in 2 films together. Well, we have to work on another film where we work opposite each other.
I would love that. I would love that you're my best friend and we're inseparable and you help me to make good decisions, but I keep messing up and it's just very fun. I feel like that somebody should start writing that right now.
Absolutely.
No, I like working with powerful actors. I don't like working with weak actors. I made a movie, I won't say the movie, but it was years ago, and I'm a mean cop from New York who's really ornery, and I'm pissed off because I know that this guy killed his brother, and he's lying about it, but actually it's the Swamp Thing that killed the brother, this monster. So I'm yelling at him, and I'm really ornery. I'm saying, I don't believe your bullshit. Don't tell me you. And he jumps up and he said, "Oh, you're a bastard." And I looked at the director. I said, "What are we doing here?" I just laid the guy out. I'm ready to punch his face in. I'm screaming at him that he's a murderer. And he stood up and he said, "Oh, you're a bastard." It kills the scene.
Kisser. Yeah.
I mean, and they called themselves actors. I wanted to say to him, "Get the fuck off this production, you stupid bastard. You don't know you're anything. You were fed such energy. Wow, respond."
Actually, hold on. Okay, I want to interrupt.
Wait, I want to go to my question.
Oh, okay, go to the question.
Maricon puta. When you're fed like that, how do you react?
I just do my own thing. There's been many times where I just kind of focus on myself and I'll be the loudest one there. And I feel almost theatrical, like I'm on stage. I'm not overdoing it, but some people will be a bit more meek or their delivery is not as, I don't know, just from the back of their soul or something. But I find sometimes I have this strong idea and a lot of power going on and my own kind of vision. And maybe sometimes it doesn't vibe with the rest of the scene or who's there. So I kind of let whoever's in charge let me know basically if that was the right way to go. But I find sometimes that happens where I'm just very emotional and very driven and there'll be someone else there that's just maybe not as...
Well, it makes a scene happen. Now, Betty Davis, you know who she is, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Betty Davis never worked with a tough guy. She always worked with weak men, George Brent, and the list goes on, because Betty Davis was the mouthpiece that told everybody off and nobody could do it back. Miriam Hopkins did it in one film and Betty wasn't happy with it. And she said that Miriam Hopkins was eating up the scenery, which is not true. Some actors, they want to be... Barbara Stanwyck was another one. You know who she is?
Yes.
Barbara Stanwyck was another one who liked telling off men, smacking them and behaving like a wild woman. And the men never reciprocated. Those scenes worked because those stars were stars and legends, and people went to the movies to see them behave that way. But today they don't do that. So I feel if the scene, you need to have some volatile behavior in a scene to keep people awake. A lot of the horror movies, they're too amby-pamby and let's chop a head off.
Actually,
I can feel that.
You know what I mean? I would like to be...
No matter what I'm doing that has... She's got some kind of life to her. She's not just laying there floating through the scenery.
I would like to see some good acting and then chop the head off.
I'm okay with that. I support that fully. I mean, I think
you've been in bigger films and smaller films, so you've kind of seen both. So you see the ones, I don't want to say they're bad films, but the lower budget films that don't have a lot of money to work with, and then the ones with the bigger budgets and how they are very different.
Yeah, but you know what, Jimmy? Budget means shit. If you're an actor, you go there and you give your best work.
That's true. The actor still should act.
If it's a $15,000 movie or a $50 million movie, act. That's what you're hired for. That's what you do. And I feel a lot of people that do these $15,000 10-day films figure, oh, fuck you, for $200 a day if I'm lucky. I'm not breaking.
15,000, you don't make 200.
No. I'm talking about a 10-day film. That's a $65,000, $75,000 film, and you only get paid anywhere from $150 to $200 a day, and it's a long day. And a lot of actors feel, I'm not going to give it my best. What for? It's no big deal.
I don't think they think that.
Oh yes, they do.
Ask her. Do you feel that way? You do your best no matter what, right? She's a real actress.
She's an actress. Don't
I've
include.
seen it happen. I've seen it phoned in where people. It's not just. I mean, yes, the money matters a lot. We're not going to discount that or lie about it, but there's other things that make people come to work and give a good performance and do those long hour days and stay afterwards and help clean up or, do input or help other actors run their lines or whatever you may have on set that's needed. They go the extra mile because of the other people that are there. If they admire the person next to them and they don't have an attitude and think that they need to go off by themselves and that they're running the show and they're up here, you have to somehow, whether it's the production side or the actors themselves, have everybody, connect. There has to be a connection and they have to believe in the project. They do have to believe it's going somewhere. And they do, for me personally, I have to be invested. I have to like the story. I come in as a fan, first and foremost. That's why I even started this in the first place. So if I believe I'm going to have fun or want to watch this, I'm not going to really, I don't take the money. I don't do the film if I don't want to watch it, before we even get started. So
right.
First of all, you have
a lot of people read lines, and that's my biggest objection. I'm always bitching about that. Don't come on the set and read your lines. Try acting. It's a lot of fun. And most of them just come on and they stand there like statues and they move their mouths like puppets and they read their fucking lines. That's not an actor. Pick your nose, scratch your ass, burp, do something, but make it real.
It's better to just ask if I can try something. There's sometimes, it's written with a vision, but when you go there and you have the actor in front of you, maybe something comes out weird. It doesn't sound right. The verbiage, something like that. There are people that care very much about that. Be honest, be open. And sometimes you can say what you really feel is appropriate, change it around. Some people don't want you to, but if you feel like you want to do that, I always ask. I think it's better to ask and make it feel a little more, natural or something that you feel you would want to say in that.
Well, I do this. I ask, could we shoot it my way and then shoot it your way? And you guys decide in the crap room where you want to scrap what. Yeah. And they always pick my way so far. because
I like that.
Well, nobody can do I'm from Brooklyn, and nobody plays a Brooklyn gangster better than me because the accent's authentic.
It is.
It's real. And you can't bluff a Brooklyn accent. I mean, they sound stupid. So when I work as a gangster, which is always mean or a mean cop from Brooklyn, I say, listen, that word. If ever you said that word in Brooklyn, they'd beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
So you can't use that word. It's too gay. It's too faggy. You can't use it. So let's change it to something from. And I use a street word. And they say, but nobody knows that. And I say, yeah, they do. It follows the sentence.
So hold on, I want to get in it.
Get in here, baby.
Right, so let's get in. Okay. First of all, everybody in the chat room, they're talking about how nice you are. A lot of people talk how talented you are, that you're good at improvising, and all the girls love your hair.
I do too. It's Irish setter.
Pumpkin spice. No, I don't know what it is. It was a bad bleach job that I just put a little color into, and like you were saying earlier, a little color goes a long way. I'm happy. I woke up happy today with this bright colored hair.
We
make a difference.
All the color we can in the world because the red and the blue are making us sick. So we need other colors like pastels. We've had enough red and blue on television. That nonsense, back and forth insults. Stupid people.
Tim O'Donnell guy. Do you know Tim O'Donnell? He's recently been coming into our chat room a lot lately. He's a great guy. I'm gonna assume you kind of know him, but I don't know. But he's our resident perv for the day because he wants to know who has bigger boobs, you or Sherry Davis?
Oh, I can.
I think we might have to have a boob off or something. I don't know, like a
Yeah.
No. You can
right now. Why? That's my son. We're doing a wonderful show right now, so
my son.
That's my son.
Anyway,
everybody.
that guy. About odd dog starts. Astro.
Somebody's walking by with a dog.
He should ask me who has bigger boobs. At Astro.
That's okay. Go.
At the Sue Wong Oscar party, Sherry Davis wore a gown that one side exposed almost one breast. Very little was not exposed. It was a magnificent.
It was so
gown.
sexy, gorgeous.
Her breasts are big, but the biggest tits I know belong to Eileen Shapiro.
She doesn't know Eileen.
No, but we call her Eileen Tits Shapiro.
I feel like I've seen her online though. I feel like I've seen photos and things.
She's my business partner in World Star PR and a dear friend of ours.
And
also.
I always say that you see her tits turn a corner before she does.
That's how it should be. What wonderful thing to have.
I mean, no, they are you, and they're real. They're not bags. Nature gave them to her. They're gigantic. But Sherry Davis has beautiful boobs as well. Sarah French has pretty boobs. They're real. They're little pretty ones. Sadie Katz doesn't have bags. Her boobies are nice and real. They're like little titties. I call them little titties. Who else?
She's got a ballet body though. She's very graceful.
She does. We're going to see her this afternoon.
Lorene Landon has 2 mandolins. She got huge boobs. But also whose boob is Angie Baby.
Yeah, Angela Joseph.
Angela Joseph's got a set. Oh, she's got nut tits for days also. So I'm surrounded by a lot of boobs. It's fun. Yours are very beautiful. You could show them again.
Yeah, and I'm not wearing a bra. So
they really are.
They really are beautiful.
You got about 7 inches of cleavage. That's doing good.
I'm going for that grand entrance myself. They do their job, but I think we present together. They don't quite that extra way. So
Angela Joseph says she loves you for saying she's got the biggest ones.
Who?
Angie Joseph.
No. I think Tits has bigger than her.
Oh, Eileen.
Eileen, I think, has big. I have to.
So let's go.
Like a fashion show. I think we need a catwalk and everyone.
I know we should do a boob catwalk show.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Next
time, Angie and Eileen are together. Girls, whip off your bras and let's see.
No.
Why they would? I'm gay. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but everybody else isn't.
No, not for the world. It's in private.
Oh, for private. Okay, so hold on. Here's some of the things you guys.
Wait a minute. I want to see who whips off their bra and who's.
I'm interested in knowing.
Wait. Here comes the joke. Joke. Don't step on my joke. Stop. I want them to whip off their bra and see whose tits bounce off the floor first.
Like an Olympic. We all need that these days. Create our own sporting events, new things that we can all, be happy about and take bets on.
So I wrote down a bunch of films.
One more question. Do you do nudes in your films?
No. Oh, yes. I don't know.
I do. So, I've done.
And you get paid extra.
Not at all.
You get $500 extra for boob shots, right?
Well, again, there's usually a differential, but it depends on the project. If I really want to be there and be part of it, then we discuss it. That's why I don't have representation. I always like to talk one-on-one so we can have those conversations and figure it out. But yeah,
I have to tell you something about that.
I once said to a production company, I'll show my dick for $5. And they said, that's okay, we'll pass.
Yeah, right. He's joking. So hold on, you guys. First of all, I want to say something about that because you're a very successful indie actress. Just so you guys know, she's got 26 titles in development, 31 titles in production, and 63 completed projects on IMDb. So she's got a whole bunch of shit going on. Some of the things you guys might have seen her in, and I actually wrote down some because like a lot of the movies that you've been in have all been on our show. But she's working on Appetite for Sin, Incompatible, a screen life thriller. She got another movie, and I picked it out because it's not a horror movie. It doesn't seem like Space Captain and Callista with Gil Gerard.
It's a beautiful film. It's actually a dramatic comedy. And I did have a different role initially, but my schedule caused me to not be able to fulfill that. And they were wonderful. They included me, and I had this very dramatic scene in it. Basically, it's about a family where the son is on the spectrum, and another family, and they're dealing with a young girl who is sort of on the outskirts of society. She's not fitting in. These people, you know, these two characters form a lovely friendship, and kind of like the dark side of what these families might go through, how they might interact. It's a fabulous movie. It's actually been going through the festival circuit, and not sure where it is right now where you can view it. I know there was one recently where you could, you know, pay like $10 and you could watch it, and there was a live, you know, how you would do normally at a festival, but they did it online, and it was wonderful. So yeah, I'm very, very proud of that film, and I feel very honored to be part of it, because I love horror. That's honestly my main thing. But this is something that's going to make a huge difference.
I love horror.
Didn't they warn you not to talk about I get yelled at. I get bulletins on my
Her
Facebook.
movie's out.
It doesn't matter. I have movies out too, and I'm still not allowed
You're allowed to talk about the ones that are out. You can't talk about the. Yes, you are.
I have.
You can talk about Clown Fear. It's out.
Who wants to talk about Clown Fear? Did you ever see Clown Fear?
Wait, hang on. Say that again.
I feel, is that one having screenings online as well, or hitting festivals? I've heard that.
No, Clown Fear already got released in February. It's already been at Walmart and everywhere, and all your friends are in it.
I know. I love Sadie.
Sadie's in it. Sadie is the lead, and Augie's in it. She's
Melissa
wonderful.
Dowling's in it.
I told the story 1,000 times. I'm going to say it again. All those broads and I were in one trailer. They were talking about all the guys they screwed, who had big ones, who had little ones, and famous actors. These broads have been around. And I was sitting there and I said to myself, I thought men were filthy and talked dirty. Women got us beat. They are notorious. They know a guy's dick down to the inch. They say who eats pussy good, who doesn't. I mean, I sat there getting an education. I was hysterical. I couldn't stop laughing.
Did they pillow fight? Because that's a question that keeps going around, because there's so many movies that showcase us girls just sitting around pillow fighting. So we would all ask, we've been asking on every set now, do you pillow fight? Did you have a pillow fight? So did they pillow fight?
No, they not while we were there.
What does that mean?
Pillow fight.
Oh, each other around in the lingerie with the pillow.
No. They just swing their chests around and hit each other with their breasts.
That's actually a pillow fight as well. Dirty pillow fight.
Right. No, they do booby fights.
Yeah. So hold on.
It was a lot of fun. I only said to Sadie, I think it was Sadie Katz. I said, why don't we have a camera in here? Fuck a reality show. They would pay millions of dollars. People would kill to see what you girls just said. And say,
because it's a secret society.
Sadie said, but Ron, we would deny all of it.
So hang on, you guys.
We're seeing Sadie and Miles, her fiance, tonight.
I love Sadie.
I love Sadie. Sadie's my sweetie. She's my other daughter, my adopted daughter.
So hang on. Here's some other movies you guys she's been in. So we have, besides Space Captain,
you haven't got all night to do her films. It's going to take hours.
It's not going to take hours. Just let me fucking talk. I know we're not going to do it.
She's got 100 films
going. So okay, so I picked out some of them just because they have cool titles. First of all, Desert Moon has everybody.
Wait, hang on.
Astro, shut up.
Don't you just love working from home?
Oh, I mean, that's another reason why I'm in here. I have 3 of them running around, and one of them howls.
In the studio, it's so quiet. This is working.
We have 3 of them too.
Go, Jimmy. Go.
She's got Shakespeare's Shitstorm. What a title, with Lloyd Kaufman and Debbie Rochon. And the reason I'm bringing them up is because those people were on our show. Desert Moon with Sarah French, Richard Grieco, Maria Olsa, James Duval, and Tyler Gallant. Which everybody but Tyler's been on.
Good people.
Angry Asian Murder Hornets, which just came out on television a couple weeks ago, I think. That's a Dustin Ferguson film with Sherry Davis and Mike Ferguson. Yay! Another Dustin Ferguson film, Los Angeles Shark Attack, with everybody we've had. Brink Stevens, Donna Lee Heising, Maria Olsen, Mike Ferguson, Vita Ghaffari, Sherry Davis, and Mel Novak. We've had all of them on our show.
Friends. Everybody's our friend.
Clown Motel, Spirits Arise, which was Clown Motel 1. Then she's got Clownado, The Uh-Oh Show, which was a Herschel Gordon Lewis film, maybe his last one.
I think it was. No, I think he might have had one more, but that was, I believe, his last main one, and Lloyd Kaufman was in that as well as. I mean, I
Mike Christopher, Krista Grady Saxon, and Brooke McCarter. That was, you probably moved right after that, right?
Brooke?
No, you probably left right after you did the show.
Yeah. It wasn't long after that. I forget what was my last project before moving to the West Coast, but that was a huge one. There's a lot of people that we did lose. That was a wonderful. I love to rewatch it and see these people again.
Me too. I watch it for Brooke because Brooke was a really good. Brooke is the person who brought me into the horror community and introduced me to everybody. He was a really good friend of mine.
Your beautiful fashions at Spooky.
Yes.
I remember the last time I saw Brooke was there as well, and I believe you were there. And it was very hard to lose him. He was a very special person, especially growing up out in the Tampa Bay area and going over to Orlando and back, and wonderful person.
Absolutely. I
have
love
got
it.
to say, in all honesty, and I don't bullshit anybody, I tell the truth whether you like it or not. I only met one evil fuck in this business. And that was one rotten son of a bitch that I had a big fight with, and that was in Big Friggin' Rat. But I just would have nothing to do with this fellow. I'll never work with him again. He's a hideous human being. Mm-hmm. But out of that, everybody's a dreamboat. I have friends.
I had a fantastic scene with Mary. We were camping, and I had been in a tent before. Like, I'd never gone camping, and she just thought it was hilarious when I was like, "I want to be the one that sits in the tent. I've never been in a tent." She's like, "You've been camping?" And I'm like, "No." It was so much fun. So I can't wait to see that one. And
but really, everybody I've ever worked with have been fun and nice and sweet and caring and very, very patient and tolerant.
And you've also got a Lionsgate film coming out October 20th, I think, because we have Sadie coming on the day after it opens. The Thomas Churchill's The Amityville Harvest,
which I hear it's fabulous.
I loved my role. I'm your stereotypical goth girl who wants to get laid in the morgue.
You in that film too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why would I bring it up? If
now I want to see it more.
Yeah, I'm the goth girl that wants to get laid in the funeral home, and maybe we don't come out finding it, but I won't.
No, I don't.
I'm in the trailer for a split second. I'm like, I'm allowed to see the trailer.
You're allowed to, she's telling you stuff you're allowed to know. She knows what she's allowed to say.
She can't say that Churchill will have a fit.
She knows what she can say.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, she talked about the trailer. Honey, I know she knows what she can say.
Now
just
we
relax.
know that she gets laid in the coffin.
No, she's the girl.
Well, I say I'm looking for love.
Tries to get laid.
Churchill yells at me
because you're telling.
I didn't say jack shit. I said one thing about my part in the movie.
I know, but you told him what happens, and you can't tell people what happens.
No, your mind said that because know what happened.
You said it to a million people.
No, I left it fuck you. I left it mysterious.
Anyway,
I hate
you
my
guys.
husband. Wait, could you loan me money so I can get a divorce?
Quiet. So you guys, the Amityville Harvest comes out October 20th. It stars. We've got the fabulous Julie Anne Prescott in it. We also have Paul Logan, Sadie Katz, Eileen Dietz, Kyle Lauder, Rufus Dorsey, who was the black guy in Clean.
Yeah,
awesome guy. We love him. And Jan Birch. So it's going to be fun.
Jan Birch. All my friends. I really have to say it. Out of all the people I know, and I know 100 or more, only one creep. One creep and 99.
Though that's amazing because you deal with people and there's only one weirdo,
And everybody else is absolutely the nicest, the sweetest. I miss my red carpets, not to see the stupid movies, but the gossip. I miss the lobby.
The gossip and missing talking to all the people.
Everybody in the lobby, who's wearing what, who's going where, who's banging who. I love that.
And Angela Joseph writes in the chat room, Ron, you're the king of spoilers, but we love you.
What do you mean the king of spoilers?
Because you always say shit you're not supposed to say, but we love you.
Oh, bullshit. I talk good about it. I happen to like Clown Fear too. I like my part. I think I did a good job.
So anyway, let's go back.
I'm happy with Clown.
Let's go back to Julie.
Too.
All right, so you love it, and you started out as a fan. So what are like 3 of your favorite horror movies that you like? Your go-to movies if you were going to go watch them? What would you like to watch?
I actually just revisited one of those recently. It's cheerleader camp is one of my favorites. It's very cheesy. I mean, my favorites are all like within the 80s or, you know, early 90s. Cheerleader camp is a true favorite. And I watched it again the other day, and it's still, I mean, the deaths are just amazing. It's a wonderful film. It's so much fun, especially being like an awkward kid that never got to be, we were after school kids real quick that to make us feel better, they made us the cheerleaders of the cheerleaders. It's not even a thing, but that's how awkward I was. They're like, well, we're going to make you kids feel better. You can go cheer the cheerleaders. Really wasn't helpful. Another one would be Return of the Living Dead 3.
Isn't somebody we know in that movie that became very famous?
No.
What was the cheerleader movie that somebody was in? One of our
Spirit
friends.
Kids, maybe?
I forgot who.
Wonderful.
Oh,
No,
maybe it was what's her name?
No, he's thinking of Sleepaway Camp.
No, I'm thinking of wasn't what's her name? The fuck is Carolyn.
Caroline Williams?
Yeah, wasn't she in Cheerleader
No.
something?
No,
Oh.
she's in Texas Chainsaw Massacre too.
What do you think of
Wait, what are the other two? Wait, what are the other two?
Return of the Living Dead 3, because that was my first Julie, and that's where I got an obsession with red hair, and I started getting body piercings. Melinda Clark was my first, I guess, girl crush, and so that's another one that made a huge impact for me. And then I guess Chopping Mall, Night of the Demons, and Sleepaway Camp 2 would all be tied for like my third favorite. Because I remember renting these from the grocery store and sneaking little airline bottles of liquor from my grandparents' cabinet with my cousin. Just wonderful memories, and my first time seeing any of these things. So I would say Nightmare on Elm Street, but I know a lot of people say that. But I think that was, you know, that would be my most widely known favorite.
Oh, mine is the Lost Boys. I love the Lost Boys. But we had Kelly Maroney on, like, was that last week or the week before? She was fabulous.
I want to ask her a question that we've never asked on this show. What monster? What monster were you working with that really gave you the willies?
Well, actually, there's one I just worked with. It's part of an anthology that's going to come out. We just shot the teaser for it, and they're raising funds now. And I love anthology, but it's called The Macabre, and they have this Kappa, like demon monster, and he was very hard to look at. Even in I would not look at him really in bright lighting just because I wanted to be scared. But they've done such a great job with him, and I hear they're beefing him up. But I love practical effects, and I love suits. I love knowing that it's organically built. Pumpkinhead is another one of my favorites, and that's of all time. Plus, I love Lance Henriksen. I met him. He's a sweetheart.
Right.
He's my favorite actor. Is Lance Henriksen, and he even gave me one of his Alien tiles and signed the back of it. And I love Lance Henriksen. I think Pumpkinhead is awesome, and we were talking about it. Oh, on a show we got interviewed yesterday on the Colorado Festival of Horror show, and we were talking about how I want the 18-inch Pumpkinhead like action figure, like the big one, because it's hard to get and it's really expensive. But love it.
I've seen a lot of ugly things in the business, you know, monsters and stuff. The thing that spooked me out the most is Joe Castro's rat in The Big Friggin' Rat. It's the size of a Volkswagen car. It is a sickening looking, disgusting, repulsive, saliva hanging from sharp teeth with red eyes, whiskers. It is nauseating. It is so fucking nauseating. And to think that thing was going to eat me, what am I supposed to say?
Yeah, you can't say.
Anyway, it was
very scary.
That thing is really a friggin' rat. I mean, that's a wonderful piece of work he did.
So hang on. So then let's say, because you've done a lot of horror movies, and I think it's cool because you're actually a fan. Like Ron doesn't really like horror movies. He's in them because he gets cast, but he doesn't really watch them all. I watch them all in my office when I'm
waiting to play in Gone with the Wind again, Clark Abel's part.
We need rom-coms. We need to bring back more rom-coms for you.
Yes.
Like you would be the one giving the advice, or you'd be the person that comes in to give therapy to these people, and you're just like, you know what? You guys are screwed. Get out of my office.
No, I'm seriously thinking of directing a film. I want to see how it works. If I've been in the business 67 years, 63 years. So I worked with the best director in the world, who was that kind of woman. What's his name? The famous one. My God.
I don't know his name.
Oh, Jesus Christ, he's so famous. Anyway, one of the best directors in Hollywood, Academy Award winner 1 million times. And I would like to direct a film with the old directing, to bring out the actor's lines, to make the actor move, to make not so many sentences. They write scripts with too much talking. Years ago,
I've seen it.
No, years ago we had a look. We would look at you, the camera would look back, the other person looked back, and the dialogue was, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to shoot you, now you're dead. And we didn't need to say, stand there, I'm going to shoot you, I'm dead. I find that's what's wrong with a lot of the films today. There's not enough acting, and I don't mean overdoing or corny shit. I mean reality acting. You know, if I see a monster, I may pee myself in real life.
One time I did get robbed, and I didn't have enough time to even turn around completely and process what was going on before they were gone. And that was a real life circumstance where in the movies, I would have jumped over the counter, I would have punched the guy in the face. And we had people in there. When I owned a store, we had customers, and in broad daylight, and I was watching, I believe it was a Hellraiser 4. It was Bloodline. I can't remember which one that was. Beautiful Angelique character. But anyway, I was entranced watching her, and I turn around and they're like, get it, get it, get it. And they grab these boxes and they run out the door. I didn't have time to do anything before they were speeding off. And, you know, I didn't know what they had or what was going on. I wasn't the hero, but you don't know. And again, like in movies, I feel like maybe if you did, you know, it's written a certain way, but there are circumstances where that's not exactly how it would be, which is great cinematically. But I actually agree with you completely, where a little bit is not needed sometimes for certain circumstances in these scenes.
Too much talking. Now, Janet Leigh, when she got it in Psycho, okay, Hitchcock was clever enough to make us, the viewer, become her. That's what scared the shit out of everybody. We thought of ourselves in that shower being stabbed by the crazy drag queen. Okay? That's what you have to do in film today, but they don't. They write lines about them. The writer writes about himself and his experience. He doesn't write about us, the viewer. Bring us into the monster. Bring us into the moment.
Well, that's why I love focus groups, but we can't have that right now. I did one of them, and I thought it was great to get the audience's input, and they did dramatically change things with that feedback. But I don't know how we do that these days. You know, and I know a lot of independent films don't have that, but it was nice to get some ideas on what people wanted to watch, because again, I come in as a fan and I want to watch it and I want to enjoy it. So I think, and the worst thing is when you treat your audience as unintelligent, or you're coming in there and you're not treating your audience with respect. You're just, whatever you're doing, whatever have you, that's disrespectful to them. I think we do need to think more of the audience.
Yeah, like you bought your ticket, now you're stuck. See, years ago we used costumes. Today we wear our own clothes in movies. Mistake. Because if I'm playing a mafia killer from Brooklyn, I have to dress like one, so the audience that dresses the same way as I do will relate to my character and want me to kill everybody off. But we wear our own clothes, and
a lot.
But wait, not necessarily. Like when I was in one movie, they said wear rags because you're gonna get blood all over, and I said no, I don't do blood all over because my hair is white, and if the blood hits my hair, I have pink hair. I can't work with pink hair. So I really have a problem with blood all over.
Hang on, Dave Hughes just joined us. Say hi to Dave Hughes.
Oh, no.
He's our resident perv.
Stand up. Please show him those gorgeous.
Hey, look, Dave, this is
Dave, look at those. Dave, look. They're magnificent. They are breathtakingly magnificent. They're like velvet clouds.
He's laughing. He loves
it. That's a great marketing tool, is cloud boobs.
Yes.
Cloud boobs. Your boobs look like clouds. Dave just
like the water beds, but just for the pillow, like a nice gel pillow.
No, Dave is the guy I warned you about. That's our perv. He comes in every week. Oh yeah, when there's a gorgeous girl on.
He loves Sadie and he loved Angie Stevenson.
And he loves and Sherry Davis is his dream girl.
I mean,
so now he's got you with those.
Now I have you
with those clouds.
You're in good company now. You, Sherry Davis,
the Tit
Sadie,
sisters, the Tit sisters.
yes,
Yeah,
everybody. Angie, we
Titty
love
wish.
Angie.
Hey,
Titty
listen, Howard Stern made a fortune saying, "Show me your tits."
He did.
Right? He became
Absolutely.
famous for that. Me, all I talk about is tits, and I get no money, and nobody gives a shit.
Oh well.
You know.
So
I
okay.
wore the dress.
What?
I
Yes.
wore the dress.
I know the dress. First of all, you always dress very cool though, because I
Yeah.
remember from being in Florida and when we saw you here, and you kind of dress cool all the time, whether you're like going someplace nice or not. You always look nice, even if you were like walking around. So I think that's a big plus though, because people look at you, and although
It's so important.
they look at you, but they also look at you like she's got to be somebody, because if she's she's always looks beautiful.
Somebody. I don't know how much that's worth, but
Well, you know, in meeting you, I liked you. Now that I know you, I love you. I think you have a wonderful personality. You're very warm, open, and honest, and those are the kind of people I dig. I don't like bullshit people who come off like, you know,
That's fabulous. Regular
fuck
people.
you people. I don't.
So
like
okay, so here's another hypothetical question for you, because these are the questions I like to ask, because it gets people to know you better, and everybody in the chat room gets to see it, and everybody listening. So if you could, number one, if you could have been in any horror movie that you've ever been in, what movie? It doesn't have to be horror. If you could be in any movie that you could have ever been in, what movie would you have liked to been in? And then on a bucket list, because you've already worked with so many people, who's a male and a female actor that it would be on your bucket list, like, oh my God, I'd love to work with this person?
I would love to have been in Natural Born Killers. That's actually my favorite movie. And
cool.
It's not horror related, but it is still.
That's like Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis.
Yeah. And honestly, I would love to work with both of them, or Lance Henriksen. Melinda Clark's another one who's amazing. I'd love to work one-on-one with Tracy Lords. I adore her, and I think she'd be such a great energy to work with directly. But yeah, like Woody Harrelson, he's just fabulous. He's so fun, and he just seems like such a cool friggin' person. Juliette Lewis too. I mean, I follow her. I stalk her on Instagram. She does a lot of music still. She still acts as well, but I mean, Natural Born Killers, I would have loved to just be like anybody in that. Just that I would love if that was on my resume. I would just absolutely
So you could have played the Juliette Lewis role opposite Woody Harrelson, and that would have been fucking awesome.
Did you know that Sue Wong?
If somebody could write me a crazy serial killer role, that's kind of bucket list for me. I don't get to play villains a lot. But if I could have an extensive serial killer role, that's pretty much where I'm going. That's kind of, you know, if I do that, then, you know, I can be done with everything.
I have this wild fantasy that I hope to live out one day. In 1959, I started my career in a movie with Sophia Loren. Now, I would like to end my career playing opposite Sophia. We're both old, and I think we could do a brilliant job together.
I just saw she's acting in something. I saw a headline just this morning, actually.
Yeah, she wants to come back to Hollywood. She's bored. She's alone. Her children are grown. Her husband's passed. She really wants to come back working.
Let's do it.
So I would love to be in a film. Imagine starting my career and ending my career with Sophia Loren would absolutely be miraculous.
Dave Hughes says that he loves Juliette Lewis and he chats with her regularly. So Dave, introduce her.
He does?
Dave knows a lot of people.
How does he do that?
I love so many films. I mean, she's fabulous. She's one of my favorites. Absolutely. She's always I love the way she moves. I love how she can switch to crazy, but go innocent. I mean, she's got some of the best films under her belt. Absolutely.
Who are you talking about? I missed
Juliette Lewis.
Oh, Juliette Lewis, yeah.
I love it. I think that's
you're
terrific.
The same way. I mean, I'm not familiar with all your work, but I've seen some of it.
I'm not familiar with it either.
But you're not. Listen, I blow smoke up no one's ass. I'm famous for that. I tell the truth. You're believable. I don't have a problem with you in a film. Some people I do, but not you.
Thank you.
No, you're natural. You go for it.
Actually,
you work it.
B. Claudia says there's a Sophia Loren movie's called Life Ahead, and it's coming out on Netflix soon.
I know. Sophia didn't have any Restylane or Botox or a facelift. Her face is totally natural. and she's 86 years old.
She said olive oil was her key. She blamed olive oil on her.
Well,
good.
I use olive oil also all my life. People say, Ron, how do you have such beautiful skin? I'm 80 years old, by the way. And I say, well, olive oil. Olive oil is my secret. I use it all the time on my
We
face.
all roll around in olive oil, especially
Well,
us.
no, olive oil absolutely is an antiseptic. People don't know that. Olive oil takes bacteria off the skin, and bacteria is what ages us, dries us out, and wrinkles us. Anyway, getting back to Sophia. Sophia is not afraid to go on a camera anymore, not looking the magnificent Sophia Loren that
Still
she was. But she's a beautiful 86-year-old woman.
I mean, absolutely. That's insane. I think that especially women need to get over that. Get over your wrinkles or your lines or whatever. Just go out there and be fabulous and don't give a shit. I think it's roll around in olive oil. Try different stuff like that. But I would love to see more icons out there not feeling like they should be ashamed and they shouldn't be out there making wonderful performances for us.
No, I think they should make Barbie dolls that are 85 years old. Because I won't mention her name. We have a very darling friend of ours who's probably close to 70. She got the body of death, legs for days, face fabulous, blonde hair. She looks like a Barbie doll. And I think they should make a 70-year-old Barbie doll to teach girls that when you get to be 70, you could still be slim, trim, and sexy without looking like a fool trying to be 19.
Take care of yourself, be proud of yourself, and embrace things you can't change. I mean, I'm never going to have enough money to be able to keep up with this shit, but am I going to stop? No, because I have too much fun. But
there's beauty in every decade. I mean, I'm 80 and I won't stand next to a 21-year-old. Of course not. I look like shit. But I'll stand next to an 80-year-old and I look better because I take care of myself. I maintain who I am. There's nothing wrong with being 80. I'm proud of it. The wisdom.
I think the shirts too. The shirts, like you were saying, the Hawaiian shirts help, and the nice colors, and having beautiful people around, and that painting behind you, and Astro, just things like that. You look very, happy and just thriving. You're not in graves, like Jimmy was saying, and no one's in prison. There's not like gray wall with a gray sofa.
I love colors and loudness.
Yeah, but if you lend me some money, I could divorce Jimmy, and I think I'd be happier. Yeah. Jimmy and I are having. We'll be married 9 years in October, and
we got married on my birthday,
and it's annulment time.
No, it's not.
You know what an annulment means?
Yes, I know.
We never had sex.
No, it doesn't mean you never had
sex. It does.
I think we're way past annulment.
Yes, we're way past annulment.
We're 9 years worth.
All right, Britney Spears, you got to come up with something different.
Listen, when you come to LA, let's get together. I like you a lot.
There are $27 flights now between Vegas and Burbank. And yes, I found
we almost were going to Vegas to see Sykes' birthday, 50th birthday party. She was doing it in Vegas. I would have invited you. She wouldn't mind, but now they're doing it in Phoenix, Arizona.
We do have an actual red carpet premiere this weekend for Paranormal Attraction, and I will be there safely, keeping distance, have my mask, a fabulous dress just for you guys. It's at the Galaxy Theaters at Boulevard Mall out here, I believe it's called.
Please put pictures on my Facebook page of you in a gown. We need it. We need to see glamour.
I'll send you guys the red carpet. I'll be live reporting for Jimmy Star and Ron Russell on the red carpet.
Terrific. Because everybody likes that stuff. They love to see who you're wearing and all that shit.
So who is it again? It's this Saturday night?
It's this Saturday night at 5 p.m. Boulevard Mall, Galaxy Theater. And we have a fabulous movie and Paranormal Attraction. And if you look it up, there's a trailer. It's very scary looking. I think I'm going to be I like to sit in the back anyway. But I want to be out there. I want to see who's going to, dress up and hang out with some amazing people, some faces you might recognize. So
lucky you. I am dying. I used to say to Jimmy, another fucking red carpet. I hate them. We have to drive in an hour and a half from Palm Springs to LA. Now I would walk to a red carpet. I'm so desperate.
So let's talk a little bit about Because like, are you an actual like? I mean, you dress very gothic and you have tattoos. What kind of music do you actually listen to? And if you tell me Barry Manilow, I think it's
she
going to
dresses
awesome.
goth.
Yeah,
I think she does. I don't
I
think
listen to a lot
so.
of different things. Peter Gundry is one of my favorite people to listen to, and he's a composer. He did a lot of music on Game of Thrones, and it is a lot of witchy, very dramatic, kind of vampiric, sort of
Yeah,
theatrical.
I would say you dress more Stevie Nicks than gothic.
Well, I have an awful lot of sequins. I think that's Vegas's influence. But I mean, I listen to all kinds of different things. My Spotify is full of all crazy. Tori Amos. I've been listening to a lot of Tori Amos lately. Sort of more emotional things. Not as much rock or heavy metal as you would imagine, and I'm always a sucker for 80s hair bands. I'm never not. Motley Crue's always going to be my
me
favorite.
too. I love the 80s.
I'm always a hair band child. So I wanted to grow up to be a video vixen. Or I ushered into Scream Queen. Linnea Quigley was one of them, and Brink Stevens another one that I grew up just idolizing. And even like Tiffany Shepis was another one that I thought these women were amazing. And that's kind of what I'm continuing to try to do with my work, is leave something that is going to make it all kind of roll in, that one role that everyone's like, okay, that's a fabulous movie, a great role, like whether I've got to be naked on top of tombstones to do it. And then also something that maybe someone else sees that's like, okay, well, I'm going to do it. She didn't care. She didn't, make a lot of money. She didn't do a lot of crazy, famous things, but she had fun and she did what she wanted to do on her own terms. So
And
that's how I feel, the same way.
And hang on, and so, but how cool is that? Because you mentioned some of the people you mentioned that were your idols, and now as an adult, you've made movies with them because you made a movie with Brink Stevens, and so how cool is an experience is that?
A lot of them I've worked with or met, and it's been crazy because, especially working, like I did a film where I was side by side with Brink. And that was just crazy it was Meat Hook Massacre 4. And we were like shoulder to shoulder. And she's just one of the sweetest, most amazing people. Deborah Lamb's another amazing woman that I admire these women. I look up to them. I love watching their films, and they inspired me. And so no matter what happens, I always have that. And as a fan, that's something you can't knock. That's something I can always look on and be like, well, hell, bucket list. I've reached a lot of my goals, but I didn't have any kind of.
You're a young girl. Stop it. You got a whole life ahead of you. Cut the shit. You're going to have so many successes ahead of you. Now, how do you feel about getting out of horror and going legit? Like Sadie Katz. Sadie Katz, I'm so proud of her. In October, she's on Love Channel. Lifetime. In a Lifetime movie. And I said, Sadie, this could be the start. And she's starring with, what's his name? Ed Asner. So, she's getting out of horror a little by little. Sadie,
not getting out. She's just adding it to her resume.
She's growing out of it, going into legitimate movies. I call them.
You can't call them legitimate though, because horror movies gross more money than.
No, I know that, but I call what the fuck you want to call them? Movies, regular
mainstream.
Not killer movies. She's in a fucking love story or some corny bullshit. But anyway, I'm happy for Sadie. Sadie and Miles asked me to give her away at their wedding. That's how close we are. If I give, I'll cry all the way. I cry easily. I love Sadie like my other kid, and I would be so thrilled to give Sadie.
So wait, though, let her answer the question though. Do you have a desire? Would you? Well, she already did a movie though. Space Captain and Callisto. That's a mainstream movie with all mainstream people. She doesn't play. It's not a horror movie.
Who did?
She did.
I would love.
Well, I just fucking asked her that. How does it feel stepping out of horror?
Okay.
You dumb queen. Oh, he's such a sissy Mary. I'm mad at him, by the way. We're not talking. I'm mad. Our washing machine blew up. Water all over. It was a disaster. I had to wash the floor like a slave, and I did. Wooden floors. Bitches. Okay. Now there was wet clothes in the dryer. I said, Jimmy, could you put the wet clothes outside so they won't smell of mildew? He picked them up wet. He picked them up wet and walked across.
I did not. I put him in a bucket.
Shut up, Mary. You walked across the
I put him in a bucket.
He walked across the wooden floor, water all over my beautiful floor that I walked.
2 seconds to clean it
So
up.
I said to him, it's over. I want you out. We're divorcing. I don't love you anymore and no more. So today at
would
the store, no, I
do
bought him.
that.
I bought him gummy bears at the store.
Gummy,
So
oh, they're great.
that
They're
was kind of like a apology. Let's be friends again.
Anyway, so how do people follow you guys? You guys can go look up Julie Anne Prescott on IMDb, see all of her movies, and you can see all the great stuff she's been in. You're not on Twitter, are you?
No, I'm not really great with technology. I get a little confused. I am on Instagram. It's Julie, JULIE _ANNE _Prescott with 2 T's. And then I'm on Facebook. I haven't made a fan page just because I've always been kind of more hands-on. So I have never made like an actual official page. I just tell everybody to go on IMDb. And if you want to be more personal, then Instagram's great. You can send me a Facebook, but I got to clean that up. There's so many dead accounts and just weird things and bots. I need to go through there one day and just kind of clean it up. And then I can add beautiful friends.
I have to do that too. I have to get rid of people every time somebody
you should
new
clean
I
up
meet
the
wants
floor
to come
you
up.
ruined.
Anyway.
Listen, did you know that your being on our show gives you an IMDb credit?
Well,
yeah, so it's one more.
So you'll have another one.
You'll have another number
to go with the 100 and something that you've already got.
Everyone, I love you guys, and I'll definitely be sharing this from the rooftops and telling people to tune in not only to this but future shows. And then if they're in the business, reach out. It's a fantastic. I had a wonderful time with you guys.
Wait a minute. I'm so thrilled. I still can't get over it. Meanwhile, jealous fucking people have not even congratulated me. Evil people. Sue Wong calls them the vampires. But anyway, we are Los Angeles Times and the
Weekly Times
and the Weekly Times and New York Times.
Weekly Times
said that Jimmy's and my show is the #1 in the world. We beat out Andy Cohen and what's his name again? I forgot. The other one.
I watch you guys.
He always says Howard Stern, but
Howard Stern, we beat him out.
We beat a lot of people out.
I think his show's a little bit too much news. I prefer to watch you guys. You're way more fun. Little, goes a long way with just being interactive. So I think you guys are way more fun and more personable. I mean, he's kind of lost his, in my personal opinion, super fun value. It's gotten a little more serious over there, and I'm not. There's enough of that. I see it. I got it. But this is way more fun. I love this.
They wrote in the chat room that we were ahead of Joe Rogan because he's actually the pinnacle of all podcasts.
I don't even know who he is. Who is? That's the one that makes $3 million a year.
25 million.
Fuck him.
He makes 25 million a year.
He makes 25 million a year, and I don't get paid shit.
You get paid in love.
I don't get a fucking nickel.
Anyway, Joe Rogan is
zilch. I get nothing.
Is the most downloaded show in the world.
I want 25.
I've never watched this show.
I've watched it. I've watched it, but Joe Rogan was a TV guy. He used to do that TV show where you ate bugs.
Is he as funny as I am?
No, he's not. No.
Was it Fear Factor?
Yeah, he was the host of Fear Factor.
Yeah.
So he had a huge audience.
25 million.
If he doesn't do Truth or Dare, I'm not watching.
What makes
anyone
worth 25
Before you go,
million?
we're gonna leave with a joke because Dave Hughes, the man who loves your boobs, wrote a joke in here. It's not about you, but it's because Ron mentioned the washing machine. It says, "What's the difference between a woman and a washing machine?"
What is it?
Son's subservient. Go on.
No, you can drop a load in a washer and it doesn't follow you around for 2 weeks.
Very good.
So everybody,
I told you he was a perv.
So you guys, this is Julie Anne Prescott. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We wish you all the success in your careers. Have fun this weekend at the red carpet, and we'll be seeing you soon.
What a nice visit, my honey bunch. It was a sweet, nice visit.
Yay! Look at that.
See you at the carpet.
See you later. Bye.
Bye, honey.